The 2021 Wings to Fly and Elimu scholarship selection in the Rift Valley region took place throughout the month of June. Community Scholars Selection Boards and Community Scholars Advisory Committees sat to select the Wings to Fly and Elimu scholars by first sorting application forms submitted to shortlist candidates for interviews. In the criterion for shortlisting, some of the candidates invited were orphans who received the highest solid marks in the just concluded Kenya Certificate of Primary Education exams. Brian Kiprotich hails from Mumetet village in Tarbo, Uasin Gishu County.
I joined Sambut Primary School. Then I came and joined AIC Taros, where I learned to this time. Our life has become hard. We sometimes slept without eating nothing and sometimes stay at home almost a month without going to school because my mother don't have any funds for me to go to school.
Brian sat the 2021 KCPE exams and scored an impressive 374 marks.
My favorite subjects is science and maths. From choosing these subjects, I want to be a great accountant, my family to come and live comfortable, and next to help those who need this help. Even me now, I'm needy and I need this help. So I know the bitterness to hustle and all the bitterness to work hard.
Kit ke nyorchigei kemite kunitok amu kingeten ki tabukan sigik chechuket kora maimuch kotepso tuwai komie ko king yekakotoiyo keseretyote kebe kenyalilyote keeku biik chemakinyoru support makinyoru chi nekotoretech. Nguno kemite kityongon iba akomban kot kotoreta kanisa eng kijanayat kebe kikomban kot ipkowii sobet kebe panyoru mwalimu asom kot ale toreto mwalimu amu mamuchi mami ki netoe samuch alipan kot.
This is a single mother whose child has performed very well, but from our assessment we've learned that they survive by 1 meal per day or they can even go without. They are the caretakers of someone's land and we've learned that they're not getting anything actually. It's a struggling family. The Wings to Fly, to the community I come from, it has a great impact. There are those children who've come out supported by Wings to Fly, and there are now people in the community that the community can depend on them. So actually it's making a great impact in the society, and we are just, as a community now, we're just requesting that may the Wings to Fly grow.
In the southern parts of Kerio Valley in Elgeyo Marakwet County lies Kimorer village. The CSSB members have embarked on home verification visits. The map they follow leads them to the paternal home of 14-year-old Brian Kibet, who sat the 2021 KCPE and scored 380 marks. Kibet leads the board to their one-room house their father rented after he was retrenched.
Changamoto nilikuwa nayo ilikuwa kukosa vitabu, nachelewa kwenda shule kwa sababu kuna pesa nyumbani, hana kazi. Anaenda kibarua ndogo ndogo kama ya kupanda, kupalilia, kuvuna, kufunga shamba, tunapata ya kukula na kuvaa. Kilinitia moyo niweze kupata maksi yangu. Walimu walikuwa wanasema tujikaze usijali na nyumbani. Nikaweza kusoma sasa. Katia bidii.
Niliambiwa hii maksi ya kijana wako ataenda shule kubwa. Kila mtu ananiambia kijana amefanya mzuri sasa. Shule kubwa sasa tayarisha pesa. Sasa akili yangu sasa nilikuwa nasema sasa hii sasa pesa ni ngapi sasa? Nikasema aje tu nianze kulipa viatu, nikalipa sanduku, nikalipa ya mattress. Sasa nimeweka kitu karibu 12,000 tu sasa. Nikasema heri niwe na shopping. Hata mwingine ataweza kutogesea. Sasa unajua ni mbaya upatikane off card. Kama una chochote hata ya shopping, hata mtu akisema umefikia hata rafiki yako, umefikia wapi uambie sina chochote ataona una mwelekeo kwa maisha. Hata mimi niliteseka. Wakati nilikuwa secondary, tulikuwa na ng'ombe kidogo, msaka usa anauza. Saa zingine unakaa hata wiki mbili ndio uende shule. Unafika huko watu wamesonga mbele. Mpaka tukaanguka sisi tukabaki. Naeleza ya nini ndio akuja tusaidia hata sisi asaidie jamii naye pia.
Baba Brian had been working with a company which collapsed as a loader And when everything went disarray, he relocated back home and he lived with his aging parents in a very poor condition. And actually when we visited the home, they are very needy, living in a very poor structure. And later we established that actually he's renting a house, a Mabati house in a nearby center. And when we came, actually the same conditions are very, very bad.
Kibet's leadership skills were spotted early in school, and he was appointed the dormitory prefect.
The first time that I met him was in a condition that he could not afford to clear his school fees, and that time he had a problem with the own background on the resources, and some teachers assisted him at the beginning because we saw him, he was a bright boy and he loved studies. We looked at Brian and it used to move us in his leadership skills and the way he conducted the school. So we really looked at his leadership, that he portrayed good leadership skills. So, for the last time that I've been here, we have not had a student who has been sponsored by Wings to Fly, but we pray that this be the first one to be sponsored by Wings to Fly.
Kanyarkwat settlement is situated 353 kilometers northwest of Nairobi in the Northern Rift. This is home to Mika Lopore, who lives here with his single mother and 4 siblings.
I started my primary education at Keys Primary School up to standard 6. Then I was transferred to Lokchar Mix, where I sat for my KCP in 2019. I got 346 marks. But because of lack of school fees, I was not able to proceed to the next level. I went to Kanyarkwa to repeat. I sat for my KCP in 2020, where I got 383 marks.
Fanya kazi akibarua na akipadilia maidi. Achia kwa terema kibarua, achia kwa amam. Asa nyewe sakiena tamarana rupia nga yewe sari mnono. Ichaka tani nyebuna tani nakano nartogna nakolalu sedi kisjit 2019 pakata wana nyatakan alamtiloupe jokinga atu.
We really thank the Wings to Fly group and all the people who donate towards it, because many boys and girls have now joined secondary schools since it began. In fact, from Trans Nzoia, we have more than 20 and now joined universities abroad, and it's just because of Wings to Fly.
Lopore sat the 2021 KCPE and aspires to become an engineer.
It is good now that Equity, through Wings to Fly, they have come in to help our students. And I hope if this boy will be assisted, actually we shall have somebody who will be beneficial to the community.
250 kilometers northwest of Nairobi lies Tuluapmoi village in Kipkelion, Kericho County. This is the home of Nevi Chemutai, where she lives with her mother, Nancy Chelangat, and her siblings.
I went to Zion Lights Academy, and in KCP results I get 379. I passed my KCP because I used to do practice, because practice makes perfect. I was doing everyday practice, doing mathematics and other subjects, and that's why I passed in KCP. I used to study during weekend, and we make group discussion at home with neighbors who was also the candidates. When I finish my studies, I would like to become a neurosurgeon. I like this neurosurgeon because I want to save the life of people who are dying.
Nevi, I tam ko gilega school. Ako otenga. I tam ko iben ambanga sama tam ko sinarnik. Tam ko ngome school. Cham ko imara bisha school. Chalo panen ko tam nange ono ko nyago purwe to tempa ke som jagara ko soma. Cham kisome chita ke min maragon ka ke bute gawe ko barwa.
When I finish my studies and become a neurosurgeon, I will buy the land for my parents and build them a good house and also help the neighbors who are needy.
A number of children who are from poor family, who they have performed very well, and they have score good marks to go to universities. They have given thanks to MasterCard Foundation for what they have achieved, as well as they have really changed their families in terms of infrastructures and in terms of the standard of living.
Charlene Cheserek hails from Koloa village in Baringo East. She first attempted KCPE in the year 2013. Her performance was below expectations, so her father betrothed her to a suitor. Living in poverty with an abusive husband and 2 children led Cheserek to rethink her options.
Nilikuja Koloa Primary School mwaka wa 2020 Januari. Nakuja nikapata mwalimu mkuu, nikaongea naye juu ya shule, nikamuuliza kama naweza pata nafasi ya kurudi shule. So wakati alikubali ndio nikaanza kuwaza mambo na uniform itakuwa aje. Nikaenda kwa hiyo process ya uniform na hiyo pesa kidogo nilikuwa nayo. Nikapima uniform na nikashonea tu kwa siku moja hiyo uniform, nikanunua vitabu. Na ile Monday yenye nikaambiwa niripoti shule nikakuja hivyo. Walimu wakanikaribisha na wakaniuliza utaingia class 8 ama class 7, nikawaambia class 8. So ndio wakaniuliza ulikuwa unatoka class 7, nikawaambia hapana. Na wakaniambia utawezana na class 8, nikawaambia nitaweza, nitang'ang'ana.
Kitu ambacho kilinifurahisha kwa huyu msichana, ni msichana ambaye alianza kwa bidii na mpaka hata sisi wote kama walimu tuliweza kufurahia, na hata wanafunzi wale wengine kila mmoja alifurahia kazi yake. Aliendelea mpaka alikuwa na washauri wale wanafunzi wenzake.
Cheserek performed well in her studies and managed to garner 358 marks in her KCPE examination. She aspires to become a teacher.
Wakati changamoto ilinisukuma nikuje shule, nikapata mwalimu ambaye alikuwa wa karibu akanikubali na amenipa msukumo wa kuwa mwalimu pia kama yeye, na nitakuja kusaidia wengine pia ambao watakuwa na shida kama yangu mimi.
I want to appreciate Wings to Fly and especially the Equity Bank for the way they have come to approach this issue, and especially to help our scholars, our young people who have been in school. Nevertheless, I know there are also some other partners who are willing to support such a young people. They can come to the Equity Bank to collect some data so that they can support some other children who have been left out.
Kisher Morok is located north of the Masai Mara Game Reserve. The Narok West CSSB members are looking for the home of Lato Mereru, who scored an impressive 397 marks in her KCPE exams in spite facing major challenges.
I live with my mother. I lost my father in 2016 and I have 9 brothers. I have 4 sisters and 5 brothers. My elder brother is in Form 2 and the other one dropped in class 8 since of lack of school fees. I and my twin brother, we finished class 8 and my mother was to give me to be married off, and my brother was to go and look after so that we'll get school fees.
When I went to Managara, another na kelo sinyanya nunye la isaidia kwa onda maisha ni. Na sauro senano azan adisina nyana kwa pa isaidia. Tenela atu meretoto ala soma. Amero kisha ndo ngana muje somare na anje dia ara maendeleo na asira tangop. Me labaro ngana le soma ara ko ngana ko somare. Na ko medale ko radi ngara na like ni na somanto igwenya na ene mening shodu ana ene mara ndo knesumi.
The school fraternity of Mara Girls Leadership School is proud of Lato's achievements and wish her well.
She's a leader. Actually, when I was even giving the awards for 2019, she's one of the girls whom we gave Best in Leadership. She's gifted and a very needy girl, but I know given an opportunity to go to school and to learn, she'll go places.
No sooner had the Wings to Fly CSSB home verification visits were concluded than the Community Selection Advisory Committee CSAC started the verification visits to select Elimu scholarship beneficiaries. Naserian Leparteleg hails from Lesua village in Samburu County. Naserian sat the 2021 KCPE exams and scored 281 marks.
My favorite subject ilikuwa English na Kiswahili. Sababu hiyo
haikuwa na calculation yoyote na ni easy to understand. Wazazi wangu wanafanya kazi ya vibarua kama kupalilia mashamba ndio tupate kitu ya kula. Hawezi ku afford school fees kwa sababu hata hiyo pesa ni kidogo ya kibarua. Tunapitia shida kwa sababu hatuna mpusi, ng'ombe, hata shamba na hatuna ya kuishi. Na mwenyewe sasa mashamba imegawaliwa na mwenyewe anaanza kufence na inamaanisha atatufukuza tu.
Keti wakana bani yetu sigis numungera inen sapa na ngera ye uninye. Sio na baki manya rangau nikiata pagosom negata korna bera sulpo ko tenero. Nugu doyo nugu riar nugu bangar narok niki bigi ine mutu chukunya nagal tongana nugu chukunya siaga yo nugu bonna ka manyane modungo daba nya kata ngop mata entok na lil jambal tongana le kemanya ina ko pokengai kor tata bo yel tunga mata na dungko ne jinon tudung na kata marna ne shinga na gini niki yo megata na do yo ngene gero yo megata jamba.
Huku Samburu Central watu wako na shida. Watu samani there before they used to have animals that belong to them. Lakini kwa sababu hii vita ya hawa watu ambao wanaishi huku ndani, hii vita ya kindani imefanya mpaka watu saizi na maskini. Unakuta leo mtu ako na ng'ombe 1000, kesho asubuhi yote imeenda, hata wengine watu wameuliwa, watoto wameuliwa. So hapa utakuta mama wengi hapa they are single because wazee wao wameenda vita kupigana, wameuliwa. So hapa kuna changamoto kubwa sana.
Naserian's performance in school caught her teacher's attention and she was appointed the head girl.
We had mentored her, and at the same time, being at school and also being a leader, we made her know that apart from being given that position of leadership at school, she had to put her studies at front so that the leadership could not interfere with her education.
The boys and girls who have now been admitted to the Wings to Fly and Elimu programs are but a few of thousands of beneficiaries selected across Kenya.
Jacinta Rogoro. Next we have John Lemiso. Thank you. Next we have Christopher Nzala of Naivasha Sub-County. Masi Chelagat Kogo.
You are not only gifted, but you have a scholarship that pays your school fees, a scholarship that pays for your pocket money, a scholarship that has your shopping. You never lack anything. You are like any child of any Kenyans who have the resources. Two things come into play. Everything is available to you and you are gifted. The temptation to become proud and arrogant is very, very high. So the way to manage that and to keep yourself away from trouble is to embrace humility. If you are really gifted to manage self, the only value that helps you and creates the appropriate guardrails to keep you out of trouble is humility.